ensure adequate nutrition, vitamins, trace elements, and never overfeed. Overfeeding is the biggest and most popular way to stuff them up when you're a beginner. And so you put them in, oh, they're hungry, they eat all the food, oh, you're still hungry. Then next thing you know, your fish will start dying. Because overfeeding is your biggest issue. So basically what I'm going to suggest to you is we give you a guideline on how much to feed, and other than that you're going to be watching the fish. So let's say you've got an aquarium, let's go with the 30-second rule. You basically get a bit of fish food in your hand, put it in, watch all the fish come up, eat all the food, try and make sure that every speck is eaten within 30 seconds. Then over time, over a 3-week period, you're watching the fish. And if the average fish, not the fat one and not the skinny one, because there's always a fat one and there's always a skinny one, the average fish starts putting a bit of a belly on, then you're feeding too much. If the average fish starts sucking in, like me, looking really thin, then you feed not enough. Most people feed too much. It's very, very rare for me to come across someone that doesn't feed enough. It's usually feed too much. So if anything, cut down. So, and you always, everything has a 3-week biological lag time, which means what you do today, you look for a result in 3 weeks. So just the same as you plant a seed, and you expect to see a seedling in 3 weeks. So you don't plant a seed, go back tomorrow and say, well, that was no good. You wait 3 weeks for it to have a biological lag to have any effect. And that's the case with feeding fish and every other thing that I tell you about tonight. Everything takes time to show up. So we look at the fish. If they start losing condition, we feed them more. So maybe it's 45 seconds per feed. You just got to alter it until you find a good balance for your actual fish. Most people find it's about what they eat in 30 seconds, 5 times a week. It usually works. Now the next thing is quality of food. Quality is everything. Now it's quite interesting to learn that almost all fish have the same requirements of nutrients, meaning this much calcium, this much vitamin A, this much vitamin C, this much protein, this much fats, whatever, right? So there's ratio of nutrients that the fish require. And from one fish to the next fish to the next fish, it's surprisingly similar. They all pretty much need the same thing. It's how they process the food that makes a difference. So therefore, as fish evolve in natural environments, fish evolve to be able to use nutrients which are available. So therefore, if a fish comes from a fast-moving rapid, for example, and the only thing to eat there is algae, he's probably going to evolve to eat algae. Whereas another fish might come from an environment which is rich in insects, he's probably going to eat insects. And the way that they process the food is what makes the difference. It's not so much what they need. So you can actually feed a high quality food such as Spectrum. This food here, which I'm overly and in every way biased about, this is the best food in the world. Has anyone here used Spectrum? Yeah, that's almost everyone. Anyone that doesn't use it, get it. It is the best fish food you can buy. It produces almost no organic waste. It's a very, very clean food, which means what goes in one end, not much comes out the other end. So therefore, that's absolutely wonderful for helping you keep your aquarium clean. If you feed low quality food, it might be very high in protein, lack most vitamins, so therefore you feed the fish, they get the protein they need, there's not much vitamins in it, and the rest just comes out. So therefore, the more waste they actually produce.